Hello everyone, welcome to the public demo of Agentic Bootcamp. My name is Sheikh. I am a GenAI developer and data scientist. Today I'm going to present an application called ProcureMe, which I have been developed throughout this 7-week bootcamp. It's an AI-powered application to unlock efficiency and compliance in the enterprise procurement. Part of this demo today, I will only focus on contract management. So, what are the problems our contract associates are facing day to day while using the currently available application like SAP Ariba? The main problems is the human-centric design of this kind of ERP systems, which incur very high manual work, lack of intelligence, no comparison tools to compare the contracts, lack of real-time assistance, and also contract mismanagement. Let's have a deeper look on these problems. So while using these applications, throughout its complex UI, user need to locate the contract, supply information, and other kind of data. There is no capability of summarizing certain contracts, which often associates have to do. There is no real-time assistance to support to find something really quick. New associates must understand the hierarchy and UI flow to extract some information from these systems. When comparing the contracts, they literally need to open the contract side by side to pinpoint each and every fields. So what is our solution? It is an AI-centric companion which has the assistant capability, can compare different contracts, can generate templates based on already existing contracts, also can provide summary of the contracts. So how it works, let's have a look on the demo. For today's demo, I want to create a new session called Procurement Product Demo Session. When I create the session, it welcomed me with these 3 questions, example questions, but let's ignore them for this demo and let's first focus on the first problem I have mentioned, which is having some information about certain suppliers or certain products. So I'm going to ask that what this C6 supplier is supplying to this company. So now this question goes to the agent. Agent decide which tool to use to answer the question, and then it provide me the answer that what the supplier is selling. Now let's go to the second problem we have mentioned, which is comparing the contracts. So I'm asking here to compare these 3 contracts for me. Now again, this question goes to the agent. Agent decide which database to use, where I have created a metadata table where these 3 contracts metadata available along with other contracts. Now it will pull these 3 contracts and then have a comparison side by side of these 3 contracts. Now let's focus on the third problem I have mentioned, which is summarizing certain contracts. So I can ask for a long summary of a certain contract. Again, it will go to the agent. Agent will decide which data source to choose to answer this question. Then it will prepare the question and provide it to the user. This is taking a little bit time. Sometimes it happens, which is also a matter for me to optimize this application. Now let's have a look on the final problem I have mentioned, create a new contract based on an existing contract. So again, it will go to the database, it will search in the vector store with this ABC stationery supplier. It will find the context where this contract exists, and then based on the data, it will create a new contract for me. Then I can just copy this, put it into a Word file, and just start working on it, which already saves a lot of time for associate. So that's all about the demo. Now let's have a look what are the key capabilities I have already mentioned. So I have addressed the first 4 key capabilities, and also I would like to solve the 5th one, which is compliance and monitoring, to create the hierarchy on the contract levels. Let's have a look on the technical implementation of this application. So each PDF which is the contract, is parsed into Markdown, and then there is 3 streams to process this Markdown file. First one is to create metadata and then save it into a structured database. The second stream is to create the summary of the contract, save it into a structured database. And the third stream is to embed the Markdown and put it in a vector store so that it could be used for general Q&A from the assistant. How the agent integration looks like. So when user asks a question, the question goes to the orchestrator agent, and then it manages other 3 agents: query writer, tool executor, and answer critic agent. So the user question goes to the query writer agent, and then query writer agent improve the query if requires, and then pass it to the tool executor agent. Tool executor agent select the tool requires to answer the question, and then execute the tool, and then pull the context from the data source and pass it to the answer critic agent. Answer critic agent first judge that if the context is enough to answer the question. If it's enough, then it pass that answer to the context and the question to the orchestrator agent to answer the question, or it send the question again to the tool executor to have more improved context, and then it passes to the orchestrator agent. Orchestrator agent responds accordingly. How the application deployment looks like. So it's now deployed in AWS with a Docker container, serving Streamlined as a front end, and the backend served through Fast API, and the agent is part of the Fast API. When developed the application to reduce the cost, I have used Ollama, and when I deployed it, I'm now using OpenAI. During the evaluation, I have found out there is all the areas. There's a room for improvement. There's the vector store retrieval could be improved. Tool selection could be improved. Also, metadata extraction could be improved, which will make the contract comparison better. What's next for the application? I'm looking forward to collaborate with some SMEs who are more knowledgeable in the area of procurement and supply chain. I'm also looking forward to collaborate with the developers, staff engineers to help me scale this application. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening to me.